Hi, this is Phil. Just doing a little video on some of the new equipment that we picked up to shoot tilt with this ball. So just wanted to show you a couple of things that we got and a couple of the couple of tips I've learned in the last couple of weeks that got me through some minor disappointments at first. This right here is the Red Rock system that I got to be able to have the camera shoulder mount and be able to keep steady shots when we're doing handheld stuff. As you can see, shoulder pad back here, carbon fiber rods it came with, a couple handles up front. The main system, everything basically is sitting here except for this riser bar and these two carbon fiber rods. Is the main system was $400. I think that this riser and this bar set was an extra $160. However, you'll see when I put it on my shoulder, these rods come off, off of my shoulder. So I got this riser bar to come up right in front of my face to bring the camera right up there, so that the screen is right in front of my face, or going to be right in front of Jeremy's face when he's shooting handheld stuff. Okay, so here is my T2i. And I've got it set up here on this piece. You're probably asking yourselves, what the hell does he have attached to his camera? The easy answer to that is it's a piece of wood. I got a follow focus to set up on this system. However, when I just had the camera mounted on here, the lens was too close to the rods just mounted down here that I couldn't get the follow focus underneath of it. So I needed a riser piece. I checked on Red Rock's website for some different riser pieces, looking about $200. So I went out in my garage and cut a piece of wood and drilled a hole through the center of it and saved myself $200. However, I don't think it's always going to be like this because I want to pick up a, as soon as they're back in stock, at B&H I want to pick up a battery grip. What's nice about the battery grip is that you can stick 2 batteries in it, so you don't need to change the batteries as often. Also, when this is mounted on here, it's mounted on with a bolt underneath that you need to take off with an Allen wrench, and the battery is under there. So you need to get out an Allen wrench every time that you want to take this off to change the battery. Now with the battery grip on there, now I believe from what the pictures look like is the back of the battery grip will actually fold down and you slide the batteries in from the back. That's the way it looks like in the picture, so I'm going with that plan. Also, that battery will raise the camera up off here, so I won't need the piece of wood anymore. One other thing that Jeremy saw on some forums is that if you have the battery grip, some people have talked about how they have a tendency to overheat if you're shooting for long periods of time, and depending on what the weather is outside and stuff. Taking the batteries outside of the internal camera and putting them in the battery grip takes the heat of the battery out of there, and what people are saying is that the camera won't overheat as quickly. I have no experience with it, so I'm not saying that that's completely true, just what we saw on the forums. Okay, so now I'm going to show you the follow focus that I got. I did a lot of looking around on the internet. I saw a bunch of different things. Starting at whatever $500 and going up to like $1,500 and more. Then I saw a website, the Jag35 website, jag35.com, and they had the defocus system. And I was checking it out, and I thought, you know what, the actual follow focus part was $135. The ring was $30, so I got the whole thing for $165. And they shipped it from California, and I just thought, it's cheap. I've never had a follow focus before. I wanted to learn how to use it, and so I ordered it ordered this cheap one. I saw Philip Bloom did a review of it and said that it worked really good for the price. I thought there was going to come and be just all plasticky and stuff, but really, it's really well constructed. It's got a big wheel at the end, and it's all rubberized. And I mean, they really took their time in putting this together, because I'm super impressed with this. So I got this 50 millimeter lens on here, but then one of the problems that I had with it is that when I put the actual gear around it, the end of the lens just barely tapers in at the end. So it doesn't matter how tight I get it, it wants to slip down off the lens. So I was getting really frustrated with it, and I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and and I'm all pissed off, and I'm like, the thing don't work, and then I got an idea, and I went to the cabinet, and in my kitchen found rubber band. Now the rubber band, I put around the lens. That little piece of rubber on there ended up being just enough of a grip that it wanted to stay on there. So when I use follow focus, it doesn't slip off. So that rubber band, I don't know if anybody's out there that had any of the same problems or anything with that, but if you do, try the rubber band. It worked for me. By the way, nobody's paying me to say any of this stuff. I'm just telling you what I've found out. So, like I said, super happy with the system. Had to work out a couple bugs here and there with the block of wood and the rubber band and everything, but all in all, super happy with everything we got. Jeremy's gonna have a good time shooting tilt with this stuff. I know a couple other films that are shooting this summer, full-length films that are shooting using the T2i. Tilt will not be the first, but I think that we'll be in the first handful of them, anyways. But like I said, very impressed with the system once I got a couple of things figured out. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me an email or anything else on Twitter or whatever. I'm at Philontilt, and happy shooting.